All right, we welcome Clinton Yates from the Undefeated to the show. Welcome, Clinton.
What's up, kiddos? How we doing?
What up, what up?
Glad to be here.
All right, we got our first look at Marcus Morris in a Clippers uniform last night when they took on the Cavs. Morris had 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 steals in 22 minutes of action. The Clippers lineup now features 5 players who average at least 18 points per game. Now the Bucks hold the league's best record at 45-7, but the question should be asked, which team is better, the Clippers or the Bucks? Clinton, lead us off.
I think it's the Clippers. I thought it was the Clippers beforehand, but mainly because I think that this is a team that is constructed to go deeper in the playoffs. And Marcus as a mean factor that I like a lot. You imagine trying to deal with him and Patrick Beverley? Nah, that's not something you want to go do with. I think that Morris, with the three-point shot that he has, I think he makes this team a lot better, Paul.
Clippers all day.
Wow.
I mean, I'm looking at their second best player, third best player, fourth best player, and I'm lining them up with Milwaukee. It's not even close.
Right.
I'm still inclined to go with Milwaukee. I mean, this is a team that blows everybody out every single night, is top defensively by 3.5 points over the rest of the league. Here's the thing with the Clippers. Tell me who their closing 5 is. By the way, I don't think it's a problem that we don't know yet, but it is still an unknown. And I think that's the question. I mean, by the way, is Pat on the bench? Because if you got Lou and Montrez, does that compromise you defensively?
Pat is contributing, is what I'm saying.
Right. I mean, is Trez is a closing 5, maybe?
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised you guys are wishy-washy because Milwaukee is a team that is outscoring opponents by more than anybody in the history of the league.
I mean, this might be the best regular season team in history. Now it's regular season, but still, that's not chopped liver. I mean, 82 games.
Yeah.
Kevin Love is on your list.
Dwight Howard's on the list.
About here?
I was shocked about that.
It was very weird. And with all due respect to Joe Harris, there's some of these names that I just don't understand.
Mason Plumlee.
And, for me, it's like, look, I would have it be a younger developing system rather than just a place for older players to sort of come back to. This doesn't make a lot of sense.
So that's a funny thing. I'm glad you mentioned that because historically, USA Basketball always has a guy who's like the young guy who's going to be the next. It was Christian Laettner on the first one.
Should have been Shaq.
It should have been Shaq. Absolutely.
That's a whole other discussion, right?
You got Anthony Davis. I remember when he was fresh-faced and bushy-tailed and all that, and he was on that team. LeBron and you could argue Dwayne Wade and Carmelo Anthony, 2004. They were rookies, and they were part of that. So it's funny that they don't have any rookies or first-year players on that squad.
Absolutely. This is, like I said, this is the future.
Yeah,
we already
know that Zion's going to be playing for
they
USA.
have to be in the system right now, like I said, in practice, soaking up what USA Basketball is all about, because we know by the time the next Olympics come around or World Games, they're going to be there. So why not start with those guys now?
It's not a knock on anybody who's already there. It's about trying to figure out what are you doing with this.
No, this is a knock on some of them guys.
Well, yeah, okay, that's fair. I'm saying,
but I think Clinton has a good point. It's like, we always talk about team identity in the NBA, right? Like what is Team USA's identity? Is it a rising stars roster?
Right.
By the way, Tatum and Mitchell are pretty young. I mean, it's not that the team's devoid of young guys. I get it. But there might be, I'm actually curious, when they're asked about it, what the house explanation is.
We're looking at the young guys on that roster. I would argue that it's not the young guys that we have problems with. It's some of the older guys, like LaMarcus Aldridge, like Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
Some of these guys, I don't know if I would have. I might have sacrificed those guys to have some younger guys in there.
Just have them at the tryout. This is
just
for the tryout. It's not like they make the team, but the tryout for sure.
Agreed.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.